Done that.
Dear students of SEM 5, English medium and Gujarati medium, I welcome you in this online lecture on the subject of semester 5, and the name of that subject is English and Business Communication. Now, as far as your syllabus is concerned, the entire syllabus of this subject, English and Business Communication, is divided into 4 different units, and weightage for each unit is equal, that is 25%. And marks wise, 4 questions are there, so you have 15 marks for each question. So the first unit of the study is the text, and the name of the text is Justice. Justice is a play, is a drama. It is an English or British drama written by John Galsworthy. And it is a tragedy. It is tragedy. Tragedy means the principal character of the play dies at the end of the play. The play raises serious question about the problem of justice in society. Now the title of the play is Justice, but the play actually it is about injustice. So we can say the title is ironic. The theme of the play is injustice, but the title is Justice. And the central character or the main character of the play is William Faulkner, and he is presented as the victim of the system of law made by men for men. He is a junior clerk in the solicitor's firm. When we study text, we will discuss theme, characterization, act-wise summary, critical summary, and short note questions when we concentrate on this text. So this is unit number 1. Now your examination is concerned, there will be 2 questions in this portion, and both the questions will be long question or descriptive questions, and the weightage for those questions is 15 marks. So that is unit number 1. Now unit number 2 is divided into 2 different parts. That is unit number 2. You have A, short note, any one short note out of 2, and the short note questions will be based on the prescribed text, that is Justice. So 5 marks. And B, you have 10 marks. Now this B unit is divided into two smaller units. First is modern means of communication. And number two, that is non-verbal communication. And the weightage is 10 marks, 25%, and as far as your university exam is concerned, 15 marks. Now, modern means of communication is based on technology. And as we know, the technology has changed the entire concept of communication. It has become more convenient, cost effective, and above all very fast and accurate. So you have fax. But as you know, fax has become old and outdated because now we have modern means. For example, now you have video call, you have WhatsApp, and other things are there, so you can communicate easily. But from the historical perspective, for the evolution of the means of communication, you are supposed to study this topic. Then comes email. In this also, we will study what is an email, advantages and disadvantages of an electronic mail. Then third is internet. And you know, internet is the modern invention, 20th century. And it has changed the entire face of communication. And we cannot imagine our life without internet. Whether you are a student, whether you are a professional, whether you are a teacher or even a politician, it has become part and parcel of our modern life. And last is video conference. By video conferencing, we mean audio-visual aid of communication. Internet connection is there, cameras are there, people at different locations can communicate directly with one another. You can save time, you can save money, and in present situation, when we are facing the pandemic of COVID-19 or coronavirus, these means has become very, very important in communication. So these are the modern means of communication. And other unit that we discussed is non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication means communication without using language. So how we communicate without using language? That is also important. In this we cover three things. That is kinesics. What is this kinesics? Kinesics means body language. Body language means your different parts of your body communicates. And in today's modern world, 70% communication is kinesics. Your eyes are there, facial expression, your movement of hands, your gestures, your postures communicate. So how you communicate using different parts of your body, that is known as kinesics. Then comes proxemics. Proxemics. What do we mean by proxemics? By proxemics we mean the space. Remember, the word is very important. In English you have also another word, proximity. Proximity means nearness. Proxemics means the space between two persons or persons involved in an act of communication. So proxemics studies the concept of space in an act of communication. For example, when you are talking with your friend, if you are talking with your family member, you just sit by his side and distance is very less. So it depends on your relationship. But suppose you are talking with your boss, you maintain certain space or distance with your boss when you speak or when you communicate. And study of that aspect is known as proxemics. We will discuss this unit or this small unit later when we learn about the entire topic. Then we will also learn about paralanguage. Paralanguage means language is there, but remember, paralanguage means what you speak is not important. So the content is not important. But how you speak, that is manner. The manner in which you communicate, that is important, and that is known as paralanguage. What we cover in paralanguage? Speed. There is normal speed, high speed. For example, when you are in a state of excitement, you speak very fast. The pace is very fast. When you are hesitant, when you don't want to communicate, you just speak very slowly. So speed, in paralanguage we cover speed. Then tone. Tone may be happy tone, sarcastic tone, very sad tone, joyous tone. So different tones are there. And sometimes somebody praises you, but at the same time you know that actually he is not praising me, he is criticizing me. So their words are not important. For example, you have broken a glass and your father says, "Oh, very nice." See, the expression very nice is positive, but the meaning, the way the words are spoken, it is sarcastic. So speed is covered, tone, then stress. Stress means to emphasize. Emphasis is placed on a particular word or group of words, it changes the meaning. For example, when I say, I don't like Hindi films. Now this is a neutral sentence. I don't like Hindi films. But when I say I don't like Hindi films, I place stress on I, it changes the meaning. How? When I say I don't like Hindi films means at personal level I may not like Hindi films, but others may like. So the implied meaning is this. When I say I don't like Hindi films. Emphasis on Hindi. Now meaning changes. What is the meaning, implied meaning here? I don't like Hindi films. That means I may like English films. I may like Gujarati films. So the meaning changes by shifting of the stress. That is known as stress. Then you have pause. Pause means stop for a very short time. When important unit comes, when important point comes, I stop for a moment. So the audience becomes conscious, they concentrate, and I can attract their attention. So you have stress, you have pause, then you have tone. In short, paralanguage means the manner in which I speak, how I speak, and how I speak communicates various shades of meaning. That is unit number 2. Unit number 3, press reports. In this unit, weightage again is 25% of 15 marks. Question number 3, unit number 3. In press reports, you are supposed to draft a report for an English daily. And the topics are given. First is press reports on accidents. This may cover accidents, that is road accidents, train accident, air crash, etc. Then press reports on natural calamities. Now, this COVID-19, coronavirus pandemic, it is a natural calamity. So, it is covered under this natural calamity. Others natural calamities that you have are famine, earthquake, cyclones, flood, etc. And third part, press reports on important event, celebration of national days, that is Republic Day, Independence Day, then celebration of Yoga Day in your college, in your town, etc. So that is unit number 3. And today we are going to learn the easiest unit, that is drafting of questionnaire, that is unit number 4. For this unit, weightage is 25%. And as far as annual examination or semester examination is concerned, there will be 1-2 questions. Weightage is 15 marks, or question number 4 or question number 4. And the title of this unit is drafting questionnaire. What is this question? First, you know the meaning of question. Questionnaire means a set of questions. Why do you ask questions? You ask question to receive or get specific information from a group of persons. So you collect information by asking them different questions. Now these questions are collected and they are sent for analysis. Who does that? A man of statistics. So this is data in form of questions collected, analysis is made, and after analysis, conclusion. Conclusions are made. I can give you one example. Why most of the students like Hindi films? Right? It's a simple one question. Then you have to ask them several questions. Use Hindi films. Why do you see Hindi films? For passing time, for music, keeping in mind your favorite hero. Right? So these type of data are collected. For example, what type of bike do you like? Several options are given. Which aspect of bike do you like most? Its color, fuel efficiency, price, after sales price. So different questions are asked. And these questions are collected. They are analyzed, and from analysis result emerges. And this is important for organizations as well as companies. So companies make necessary changes keeping in view the public's taste, and that is very important. As far as your examination is concerned, you are not supposed to go for analysis or conclusion. What is important is you have to draft a set of questions. Now, in this question, in this unit, you are not supposed to answer the questions. You have to frame questions on a given topic. The topics are given by the university. So first will be related to habits. Habits of the college students. Which are the habits generally? Reading habits. Reading habits. Then another maybe cinema going habits, using social media habits, shopping habits, etc. So the topic is already given to you. Now keeping in mind the topic, you are supposed to draft appropriate questions on that. In that unit, first is related to habit, second is related to socio-economic condition. Socio-economic conditions. Now, who are the people covered here? Socio-economic conditions are primary teachers, for example, socio-economic conditions of domestic workers, socio-economic conditions of police constable, socio-economic conditions of slum dweller, etc. So topics are given, and based on those topic you are supposed to frame questions. And third will be related to market research, what we call as market research. What is this market research, don't go for this in detail, but I give you a simple idea. Launching a new product. For example, Hero, Honda or Suzuki has introduced a new bike. Now they will ask the question to the youngsters regarding that particular product. A new Android phone is introduced by Sony. So the company will distribute the questions online or offline to the prospective customers or to the regular customers. And they will collect it. As I again and again I repeat that you are not concerned with the analysis of the data. You are supposed to frame only the appropriate questions on the given topic. Introducing, for example, introducing a new toothpaste, consumers' preference for a newly introduced mobile phone, consumers' preference for a newly introduced Android phone, consumers' preference for a newly introduced gearless scooter. So different questions you are supposed to frame. So these are the units for your study in semester 5. First is a text. Name of the text is Justice. It is a tragedy written by John Galsworthy. Weightage is 25%. Marks wise 15 marks. Question number 2 or unit number 2 is divided into 2 parts. In the first part, short note from the text, and in B, communication theory and non-verbal aspect of communication, 10 marks. Unit 3rd is related to press report. You have to draft a press report for an English newspaper. Weightage is 25% or 15 marks. Unit number 4 is based on question. And in that unit, you are supposed to draft a question on 3 topics: habits, socio-economic conditions, and launching a new product or marketability of a new product. Clear? Now, today we are going to discuss the 4th unit, which is the simplest as far as your syllabus is concerned. And you are not supposed to write lengthy answers. You must learn how to ask appropriate questions. Now, suppose in examination, it may be like this: draft a questionnaire on the reading habits or library going habits. Topic is given: reading or library going habits of undergraduate commerce students. So you have in mind, yes, it is a questionnaire. Topic is reading or library going habits of the students. It will work in Gujarati also, and if the student of Gujarati medium find it difficult, I will give a clip of 10 minutes that is in Gujarati script, so you will be able to understand and appreciate. Now, what is the format? Let us discuss one by one. First, you have to write name. Then, don't write your name. I warn you. It is a questionnaire. You are not supposed to write your name. You are supposed to frame only the questions. What was the topic? Reading habit or library going habits of the undergraduate commerce student. Then, date of birth. That is question number 1, question number 2, question number 3. Name of the college. In which college you are studying? The name of the college. Don't write the answers, only frame the questions. Now, gender. Now gender, you have two options, male, blank, female. Now writing male and female options, don't use one line, take two lines, right? So gender, then number 5 is class and roll number. Class may be 75, roll number means 125, whatever it is. So these are general details. And general details are the first part. Don't ask directly questions about library going habits of the common students. First ask them personal details. So these are common. Now we shall go for the given topic. Do you visit your college library? And in bracket, tick mark. Now again right here you have two options, yes, space, or blank, no. Now keep this question in mind. Do you visit? When you visit, again what is the next question naturally? When do you visit? Simple. Next question will be, if yes, when? Now again you have options. Options are number 1, before lectures, before regular lectures, blank, after regular classes or lectures, then again during recess, in vacation, right? So options are here. Time, before lectures, after lectures, during vacation, after college hours, right? Then if the answer is yes, but suppose the answer is no, you don't visit your college library, then again if no, why? Options are given. Time is inconvenient. Right? Lack of space. Your library is very small. It is, right? It is not spacious. So lack of space. That are related to library, but you are not interested in library, so you can choose that option also. Not interested. So you can write 2 or 3 options, and above all safe answer. If you don't know anything, write any other. But don't write this option first, any other, right? When do you visit college library? You have options. Why you don't visit your library? And suppose you visit library. Which books do you borrow from your college library? Borrow. You borrow books. Which type of books are liked by you? So you may write down. Options are given. Textbooks, then reference book, novel, short stories, others options are also there. Biography, autobiography, motivational books you may add if you want to add. Motivational books, science fiction, books based on competitive examination, books on sports, books on health. So it gives a clear picture about your habits. Which type of books are read by the students of a commerce college? Then you select a book. Selection of book, and there are points which should be covered. How do you select the book? For example, the next question will be, how do you select a book? Question, tick mark. Now options are given. How do you select that particular book? By the advice of your professors. Number 2, by its title. Third will be by its author. Then if you have a friendly relationship with the librarian of your college, you consult him. In consultation with the librarian. Fourth option will be like this. In consultation with the librarian. With the librarian. This is the option. Then you can write at random. You just visit your library and you come across a book and just you pick that book and you borrow from that library. So this question is related to selection of the book, and the options are given and you are supposed to frame only the questions. Then, as you know, youngsters read newspaper. Then you can ask the questions on newspaper also, because it covers the point of this reading habits of the youngsters, commerce students. Now, do you read newspaper? Do you read newspaper? Then answer will be yes. Right? Options are there. Now, if you know this this question you can frame the next question. If you read newspaper and suppose you are not supposed to write here yes your answer, but you can frame another question. If yes, which is your favorite newspaper? Which is your favorite newspaper? And tick mark your answer, and just below give them options. Sandesh, Gujarat Samachar, Divya Bhaskar, etc. Naya Padkar, etc. And for example, how to write this? Sandesh, for example. Divya Bhaskar. And if you don't know the last option, again I humorously say any other. Then ask them the questions regarding the medium. Do the student of commerce faculty read books written in English? So you may ask them a question. Do you read books written in English? And the options will be this: yes, no. If no, why? You get from question. If yes, why? They are standard books, easy to understand, easily available. No, language is difficult, bulky books are there. So keep this in mind. So when you frame one particular question and move ahead, keeping in mind the last question. Then ask them direct questions. Last question, and then I will speak 4 to 5 minutes for the Gujarati medium students so they can also understand. Is the atmosphere of your college library peaceful? Important word is peaceful. Write this word here. Library peaceful. The options will be yes, no. Important is environment of the library. It is very important. Then some libraries are very spacious and some libraries are very cramped, or you can say narrow. You don't have a large reading room. So it is very inconvenient. So you can write here. Do you prepare your notes in your college library? Prepare notes in your college library? Yes or no? Then ask some more questions about library itself, facilities. What are the common or minimum facilities for a modern library? Then you can write down, do you have internet access in your library? Internet access. Or internet connectivity. answer will be yes or no. Do you have a photocopy facility in your college library? Don't write Xerox. It is a wrong word. The correct word is photocopy. Internet connectivity. Photocopy. Last question. Then I will speak in Gujarati so that you will be able to understand. Photocopy. Then, is your library digital? Now it's the age of digital library. Is your library digital? Answer will be yes, no. Partly digital, fully digital. And when the library is digital, for example, the students have facility to use e-resources. Do you have e-resource facility in your library? Then you may ask some questions or a simple one question on the nature of the library. What is the attitude of library? Because your library going habit is very important, and 50% depends on the nature or the attitude of the library. If he is very cooperative, his personality is pleasing, you visit the library. But if he is like a police officer all the time, you don't like to visit. So attitude plays a very important place. So you may ask the question about the college librarian. And last question, how to sum up? Give your suggestions for an ideal library. Don't write yes or no, simply write this. Suggestion number 1, 2, 3. Don't write the name of the suggestion. You are supposed to, as I time and again repeat, you are supposed to frame the questions only. Should I start in Gujarati? See, this is very first attempt on the part of Anand Commerce College to start this online series of lectures for the students of English as well as Gujarati medium. BCom. But the problem lies, most of the problem faced by the Gujarati medium students, because English medium student can easily understand. So I will use some sentences. I will speak for 2 or 3 minutes and explain everything in Gujarati in 2 or 3 minutes. तो चौथो यूनिट છે તમારા અભ્યાસનો, એને આપણે કહેવામાં આવે છે ક્વેશ્ચનર. ક્વેશ્ચનરની અંદર તમારે જવાબો લખવાના નથી, માત્ર ને માત્ર પ્રશ્નો લખવાના છે. અને પ્રશ્નો એવા વિષય પર લખવાના છે કે જે વિષય તમને આપી દેવામાં આવેલો છે. ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ, આજે આપણે જે શીખ્યા એ છે કે વાંચવાની ટેવ અથવા તો લાઇબ્રેરી જવાની ટેવ કોની છે? વિદ્યાર્થીઓ, કોમર્સના વિદ્યાર્થીઓ. તો એને જુદા જુદા પ્રશ્નો પૂછવાના છે. શરૂઆતમાં જે પ્રશ્નો પૂછવાના છે લાઇબ્રેરીના સીધે સીધા નથી પૂછવાના. પહેલેની પર્સનલ ડિટેલ આવે છે, એમાં તમારું નામ આવે છે, એજ આવે છે, ક્લાસ રોલ નંબર આવે છે, અને પછી જુદા જુદા પ્રશ્નો જે છે એ પૂછવાના છે. અને એ પ્રશ્નો માટે જે ઓપ્શન્સ આવે છે, યસ અને નો આવે છે, અને બીજા જે કંઈ યોગ્ય એના જે ઓપ્શન આવતા હોય એ તમારે લખવાના છે. અને યાદ રાખજો વિદ્યાર્થી મિત્રો કે ઓછામાં ઓછા 25 પ્રશ્નો તમારે લખતા આવડતા હોવા જોઈએ. અને બીજું ખાસ એ રાખવાનું છે કે એપ્રોપ્રિએટ પ્રશ્ન હોવા જોઈએ, કે તમને જે મુદ્દો આપવામાં આવ્યો છે, જે પોઈન્ટ્સ આપવામાં આવ્યો છે એને ધ્યાનમાં રાખીને જ તમારે આ પ્રશ્નો બનાવવાના છે. તો આજના લેક્ચરમાં આપણે ટૂંકમાં એ શીખ્યા છીએ કે રીડિંગ હેબિટ્સ અથવા તો લાઇબ્રેરી ગોઈંગ હેબિટ્સ જે કોમર્સના સ્ટુડન્ટની હોય છે એના પર ક્વેશ્ચનર કેવી રીતે લખાય એ આપણે આજે અભ્યાસ કર્યો છે. વધુ નેક્સ્ટ લેક્ચર.